Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired than a motherfucker, man. I just came in from work, just finished doing some fucking demolition and picking up a bunch of shit and painting a bunch of shit. And that's why I got pain. I got shit all over me, man. I just walked in through the door a few minutes ago. And, I was like, well, just heard some very unfortunate things concerning the Punisher, and I figured, might as well go live. So basically, wow, wow, this is very unfortunate that that a character like the Punisher just got done in the way they just did him over there at Marvel Comics. It's it's the worst thing I've ever seen. One of the worst things I've seen happen to such a legacy character like the Punisher. And boy, when you hear how they do the Punisher, oh my goodness, I don't even see why they even doing a Disney's even doing a Punisher TV show for Disney Plus. It doesn't even make any sense. After what they just did to him in the comics, there's no point in even putting out the show because at this point you can't you can't look at the Punisher the same way after what they just did to him. I just found this out yesterday. Oh man, I need this fucking energy drink to wake up. I feel like going to bed, but I just can't do it. So I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Hopefully you didn't have to work as hard as me if you did. And you know, like I said, hopefully you're having a very very good day. I just walked in from work, house hot as fuck. It's like what 92 or something here in Houston. And I just walked in. I've been working since like 7:30 this morning, and hell, I just got off maybe about 40 minutes ago. So I can't even believe I'm about to read this off. So this is what's going on with the Punisher. This is coming from IGN, and what it's saying here is Marvel. Well, this is what it says from Marvel. The Punisher, how Marvel brings the end to Frank Castle's war. So when you hear how dirty they do him, so basically they're posing a question and saying, what happens to Frank Castle when the shooting finally stops? So basically, what has come to transpire is the Punisher's been going on this 12 issue. I don't know if it's a run, a limited series, maxi series, but there's a 12 issue story arc that ends in issue 12. And basically, this thing is written by Jason Aaron and drawn by Jesus Saez. Yes, that's his name. And basically, this whole storyline brings the end to Frank Castle's lifelong war on criminals. So basically, how this kicks off is that I don't know if you guys ever seen the video I put out. Maybe hell, it had to be almost close to about a year ago, and it was stating that Frank Castle was finally getting powers, and they were changing the skull on his outfit to basically have like some kind of horns and some other shit happening to it. And basically, he's become this character called he's become the Fist of the Beast, which is known as the King of Killers. So basically, he has this unholy magic that's running through him. And basically, at the end of this 12 issue story arc, he gets into this fight with Ares, the god of war, and he ends up killing Ares. So basically, Frank Castle, the Punisher, is on the level of like Thor. You know, like basically, he's fighting gods and shit like that. And basically, he becomes the most unstoppable force on the planet. We're talking about the Punisher here. And this is what Marvel has done to him. So this is basically giving you the rundown of what's happened in the last 12 issues. So what it's stating here is the power that Frank Castle has gives him the ability to sense the sin in the hearts of men. And at that point, he goes out and he kills them. And it's even gotten to a point where the Punisher stops himself from killing a little boy whose heart has been corrupted by the terrorists. So even for the Punisher, some things he's not willing to do. So he spares the little boy's life. And with the act of mercy that he's given the little boy, he finally quenches his uncontrollable bloodlust that he's acquired since he's become this powerful being. So at this point, he's running the Hand. And if people don't know who the Hand is, they're a group of bad guys that Daredevil normally fights. So he heads back to the Hand's fortress, and waiting for him is his wife Maria. So what has happened in these last 12 issues is the Punisher has resurrected his wife Maria that died, all those years ago over at Central Park in New York, during a picnic. Frank Castle and his family was mowed down by a bunch of mafioso gangsters, and his whole family lost his life. He survived, and basically the moment that his family died was when the Punisher was born. So what's up? What's up, Juice? What's going on, brother? So basically, the Punisher has resurrected his wife, Maria. And after all the killing that he's done, the Avengers are getting ready to try to bring Frank Castle to justice. So he ends up fighting off the whole Avengers by himself because he's that powerful of a being now. And when he fights the Avengers and he makes his way back into the Hand Fortress, his wife ends up shooting him. And she shoots him with the same bullet that Frank Castle created in order to kill Ares. So again, Frank Castle just killed a bunch of a bunch of people, and he killed Ares, the god of war. And as he's retreating into his domain, the Avengers try to take him in, and he fights them off. So as he's retreating back into his fortress, his wife ends up shooting him with this very powerful bullet. So, and I'm going to be real, the art looks fucking horrible as I'm looking at this shit. So what happens, the reason why Maria even kills him or trying to kill him, and she shoots him in the whole shit, is because she goes through the Hand's extensive library and witnessed every act that Frank Castle has committed in the name of his family. Because that's who the Punisher is, and that's what he does. And so basically she's disgusted by his actions, and she tries to tell Frank Castle the same thing she tried to tell him the day that she died with the rest of the family. Basically, which is she wanted a divorce. So just think, what they're trying to tell you is the day that Frank Castle took his wife and his kids to that picnic, that very fateful day, and his family got mowed down, by the mafia. His wife was going to tell him that day that she was going to divorce him. When? After the picnic? So you see how much of just a convoluted bullshit this is. Basically, it's like it's a retcon in saying that, hey, his wife wanted to divorce him all along. So the day she was going to tell him that she wanted the divorce, she gets killed at the park with the kids. So after he gets shot with this bullet that killed Ares, he has enough magic remaining in him, which allows him to survive the bullet. This bullet can kill Ares, but when Frank Castle gets shot with the same, with that same caliber bullet, he lives. And what happens is he gets imprisoned in the Hand's dungeon. And at that point, the Avengers are trying to figure out, hell, what do we do with him? So basically what it's saying here is, while the Avengers are debating what to do with him, Frank Castle remains basically it's like he doesn't feel any remorse for what he's done. And one by one, each hero goes to him and is trying to figure out what to do with him. So Doctor Strange reminds him that there's always a terrible price to pay whenever powerful magic is involved. So basically, the fact that Frank Castle has these powers, Doctor Strange is telling him, "Hey, well, you play with magic, you get what you deserve, basically." And then, however, Moon Knight seems to be the only one to recognize just how deep Frank Castle's psychosis goes, and that the Punisher side of his personality existed long before the day his wife and kids were murdered. So basically, out of everything that's happening, Moon Knight is the only one that can sympathize with what's going on with him out of everybody. So finally, his wife, Maria, goes down into the dungeon where he's being held captive and basically confronts Frank Castle and tells him that she's done her part to destroy the Punisher once and for all with Black Widow's help. With Black Widow's help, Maria sells off all of Frank's hidden weapon stashes and real estate holdings. She intends to use her half of this divorce settlement to start a new life. Frank's half is donated to a series of charities in their children's name, with the intent of allowing the Punisher to finally do some good in the world. Man, I wish I was making this up, man. So with that, Maria leaves her husband's fate up to the Avengers. Will they turn him into the authorities? Will they execute him and rid the world of the most prolific mass murderer? It's never been revealed what Cap and his team ultimately decided. Because Frank Castle summons the last remaining bit of the magic that he has in him that survived that fucking bullet, and he uses that magic to teleport himself to another dimension. So now Frank Castle is permanently out of the reach of anybody, and the Punisher is now gone. And it says here, unfortunately, for the Marvel Universe, the Hand has already is at work recruiting Frank Castle's replacement. So basically, the Hand is going to get a new Fist of the Beast. They're going to take that power that Frank Castle had and give it to a little boy. Boy, I wish I was making this up, man. So at the end, hey, what's up, Penny? I just got home too. Appreciate you being here. So basically, at the end of all this, it says that Frank Castle did leave one final piece of his legacy behind before departing Earth. Maria is pregnant again. Though the Hand was never able to properly revive Frank's children, he was able to father a new child during his brief time being reunited with his resurrected wife. boy, if this doesn't sound like a bunch of bullshit. So, what's the final fate of Frank Castle? The mystery of Frank Castle's whereabouts is solved in the epilogue scene in The Punisher issue number 12, which is the this is what kills him off completely. So basically, Frank Castle teleported himself to a fantasy realm called Weird World. And Weird World is currently in the throes of a civil war. But rather than take the fight, well, he says, but rather than fight in the war, Frank has tasked himself to rescuing orphan children and escorting them to safety. As he muses in his journal, it's not my war, not anymore. So basically, all the fight is gone from Frank Castle, and now he's in this magical, mystical dimension that nobody can find him in, that's in the middle of a fucking civil war, and all he's going to be good for is saving, getting kids out of danger and saving orphan children. And with that, Marvel has effectively closed the book on Frank Castle's time as the Punisher. Frank has lost both his resources and his will that's fueled him all these years. He's only accepted the fact that he had sacrificed his family long before they were actually killed that fateful day in the park. Having failed his own children, Frank now seeks redemption by saving others. Damn, look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see this? Look at this. This is fucking Frank Castle saving kids now. He's no longer the fucking Punisher or none of that shit. This is what he's doing. So this ending raises the question: is Marvel actually finished with the Punisher? Is this truly the end of Frank Castle's story? While it's hard to imagine a major publisher letting such a popular IP languish for long, it says here the Punisher's situation is complicated by recent controversies surrounding appropriation of the Punisher logo. And the character's connection to the Blue Lives Matter movement. Didn't say the Black Lives Matter, but the Blue Lives Matter movement, which is cops. You look, this is some bullshit. Now this is what Jason Aaron had to say about this, because he's the asshole that's writing this right now. And what he says is he acknowledges these controversies. He said Jason Aaron acknowledges these controversies in his afterward writing. And what he look, and this is what this asshole had the nerve to say this. Since the character's first appearance in 1973, the ideas and symbols of the Punisher have come to mean many things to many different people. Some of those I agree with, and some I very much don't. honestly, I'm so basically what he also says here, this bullshit, is that the story of Frank Castle is ultimately a tragedy. Frank Castle is a cold-blooded killer, not a superhero or even an anti-hero. Yet Aaron also notes the long, bloody tragedy of the Punisher will never be finished. Let me put that down. So basically, Marvel did everything that they could to strip him to nothing, have his own wife turn on him, have the Avengers getting ready to either kill him or fucking imprison him for the rest of his life. And the only way that he was able to escape all of this is by some bullshit magic that he was given by the hand. And he used this magic to even kill Ares, the god of war. Marvel's Ares, the god of war. So he's on some Thor level type shit if he can fuck around and kill one of the gods like that. And basically, they strip him of everything that he is. His wife, so with Black Widow's help, sold off all his shit, his weapons, everything that he ever fucking owned since day one. She took half of the money and then donated Frank's half to fucking charities. And then with the little bit of magic he had left in his fucking body, he transports to a fucking fantasy dimension called Weird World that is in the middle of a fucking war. He doesn't even want to fucking fight no more. He just wants to save kids. So basically, all the fight is out of him. And so where the fuck does that leave Frank Castle at the end of all this? And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, this has to be one of the shittiest things that I've ever seen Marvel do, to sit there and fucking cuck the shit out of the Punisher so badly that this is how they fucking leave him at the end. My whole thing is, I'm just wondering, like, what's the point of even coming out with this TV show if they just blatantly just, what's funny is that probably that Punisher series would have been filming right now. And I don't know why Marvel has this thing that if something's about to come out, they want to kill the character that's about to come out in either their live action movie or one of their fucking TV shows. The comic book version of their characters gets killed off. Man, they've done that shit so many times. Hell, you got Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, with her whack ass about to be coming out with this Marvel's movie, and they just killed her the other day. I guess when the writer strike is over with, they're gonna continue with this Punisher TV show. Well, fuck, you just fucking dropped them off in some. When Doctor Strange, when they were doing his multiverse of madness deal, they killed him off in the comic books too. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is Marvel really doing with the Punisher? And just because of all this controversy behind cops wearing the Punisher logo and shit like that, they wanted to basically take that away from law enforcement and basically just try to kill off the character of the Punisher altogether. And again, they don't actually just kill him. He fucking runs away into another dimension. Like like I don't know, like how the fuck do you do that with the Punisher? Oh, man, this is some bullshit. But before I keep going, let me acknowledge people that are here. Thank you all for being here and listening to me talk this shit. This is pretty fucked up, man. Juice Cannon, what's up, brother? Says, oh God, I thought Sentry killed Ares in Siege. Well, looks like the Punisher fucking killed him. That's horrible, man. I'll just reread Punisher Warzone. Punish her. Holy shit, man. So now the Punisher is going to have another child. This is like, fuck that. I feel you, Juice. Sounds like Tom King shit. Well, I mean, damn, Jason Aaron. I mean, I don't know, man. He did some all right shit, but this right here is fucking this is. Juice says Frank rarely feels remorse. Yeah, I know, right? Says be right back. What's up, Penny? Saying what's up to everybody. James Jackson, what's going on? My man, hopefully you're having a great day. Says Marvel dropped the ball for Punisher just like Spider-Man and all the others. Just stop hiring crap writers. Just wait till Uncanny Spider-Man Nightcrawler later this year. Yeah, I know, man. I know. That's fucking horrible, man. We need our classic street level heroes back. Well, I agree. I agree, man. And it's just, this is unfortunate. And the killer part about it is this is more. This is more to do with like how can I say this, man? This has more to do with the people running Marvel and the people that are putting out these storylines has more to do with them and the way they're looking at the world nowadays than it has anything to do with the Punisher really himself. Honestly, I just think that the Punisher is just a casualty of this woke war, and it's pretty bad. Says McTwiz Cut Castle. Oh, McTwiz, appreciate you for being here, man. James Jackson says hello to everybody. That's what's up. But basically, you know, uh, I just find this fucking amazing that Marvel would go through these extremes to emasculate the Punisher. Well, look, I'll tell you guys this: the Punisher, as we know him, he's fucking gone, man. He is done. It's like, look now. After this kind of bullshit, would anybody be happy to just pick up the Punisher and read him again if he comes back somehow? Yeah, I don't think I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't. After this, you can't even look at the Punisher the same anymore. His own company just fucked him over. So, I mean, at this point, what's the point? Like, why buy another why buy anything Punisher anymore after this? But yeah, I I'm just highly fucking disappointed, man. So I know I just came in from work, man. I've been fucking sweating my ass off doing all this bullshit, and I just needed to come on and fucking explain what the fuck just happened to the Punisher in case you guys didn't understand that they were fucking doing this to him. Like I knew they gave him these powers. I made a video about that and the new suit and all that other shit. But fuck, who would have known that this shit was gonna go this far? I know nobody didn't see this coming, but fuck, like, what else is there to it, man? Basically, woke ideology destroys everything. They're going to bury the Punisher for a while, make him softer in the next number one. LOL. Yeah, you know what? Probably, man. And I mean, I used to collect the Punisher. Matter of fact, I have the Punisher Warzone issue number 1 and 2, mint condition, over here in the next room. I know that they had the storyline in the future where, if you guys ever heard of Cosmic Ghost Rider, you know, this thing happens to where Galactus basically does some shit, and looks like Frank Castle's like the last person alive, and he makes him a herald of Galactus, and he gets infused with the power of Ghost Rider. So you have, Frank Castle as Ghost Rider. And if you guys never heard of Cosmic Ghost Rider, I got issue number 1 of that shit too. And that's basically Frank Castle as Ghost Rider. Man, so, you know, I just I don't know, I just wanted to at least share my thoughts on this, and probably drop a video on this, releasing tomorrow. But I just had to go live, and just kind of rant and rave and just look at this shit in amazement on how a company can just fucking destroy their, well, Marvel and DC are they're getting good at this, at destroying their core characters. So, fuck it. At this point, you can just add Punisher to the list. What's up, James? Says, yeah, I didn't like the whole Cosmic Ghost Rider thing. They're making street level characters dodge for no reason. Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you, James. This is some wild shit, man. But it's funny. Nobody's talking about how they just did the Punisher, man. Surprised that lot of comic book, channels, whether, guys are talking about comic books or collecting comic books or anything comic book related on any level. Nobody's talking about how Marvel just fucking cucked the hell out of Punisher, man. They stripped him of everything that he is, man, and it's sad. It's sad. Character's been around since 1973, and now it's 2023, and in 50 years, fucking Punisher has been turned to shit. So this to you, Marvel. Fuck y'all. So that was all that was on my agenda today. I definitely character destruction to the max. Shake my head. James, you definitely hit the nail on the head, brother. This is the worst shit, man. So my whole thing is, what are they actually going to do with John Berthal when if they decide to put out this Punisher TV show? What is he going to be doing? Is he coming back with the guns? Or is it going to be that they're going to start him off with the guns, and during the progression of the season, they're going to cuck him and put the horns on the fucking skull, and he's going to lose the guns and start coming with fucking swords and shit. And basically, what they might end up doing is fucking running him down the same path that we just seen for this Punisher issue number 12. I mean, fuck, they're doing it to Daredevil. What makes you think they won't do it to the Punisher? Man, I'm just thinking about it just gave me a fucking headache, man. So I know I gotta wash my ass, man. I'm still sweating this shit, man, and all this shit. Extreme censorship. What's up, James? He says extreme censorship, especially since it's going to be on Disney Plus. I definitely hated what they did to Daredevil in the She-Hulk show. You know what? To be honest, just expect more of that to happen. And it seems like Charlie Cox is fucking defending what happened to Daredevil and She-Hulk, because the moment he ends up saying something fucked up, he's thinking he's gonna lose his show. So he's trying to do whatever he can do to stay in Disney's good graces, and that's even him siding, sticking up for what happened to his character in She-Hulk, and even to the point where he's been caught a few times lying to the fans. And basically, with what he said and what the guy that plays Kingpin is, basically you're looking at a new version of these characters. It's the same character, but Disney-fied. So, yeah. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get up out of here so I can go shower, and I'm probably gonna smoke some weed and do some shit to make myself feel better about all this. So before I go, just wanted to tell my brother Juice, thank you for being here, Juice. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Juice. Penny, you're awesome. Always have been, always will be. Thank you, Penny. James Jackson, man, appreciate you. McTwiz, thank you, brother, for being here. And Again, James Jackson, I appreciate you. And if you're out there, Lady Miss, I appreciate you too. You know, so hopefully anybody that catches this on the replay, you heard it here first. Nobody's talking about it. The Punisher just got cut to hell. And I really can't see how this character can ever come back from this, in my opinion. And even if they do bring him back, guns blazing and all, just the fact that they fucked him over here to this degree, what's the point of even bringing him back now, if ever? There's no point at all. But that's my take, and that's how I feel. So you guys have a great evening. Love you guys. You take care. Y'all be safe. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow with the Primetime Kings. So we'll probably talk about this shit a little bit more and see what they have to say. So you guys take care. Love you guys. Be safe. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.